This is lesson 5.5, very large numbers, the parent help video for grade 3 everyday math. So the first vocabulary, actually the only vocabulary word we have is pie graph. And a pie graph is in the shape of a pie, delicious pie. Alright, and it represents how much of something is a certain way or is happening. So for example, if we're talking about very large numbers, we might talk about something like population, right? How many people are in an area. We've talked about that a little bit. So if we say the population of one place, let's say this is 2 million. 2 million here, and then let's make this about twice as big. So this will be 4 million. And then maybe these ones are split up to 500,000, all right, or 500,000. And then maybe this is 1.5 million. So you see how you can sort of see by the size of the pie how much each place is. So this 500,000 is just this teeny tiny bit, but this 4 million is almost all of it. Okay, and then all together in the whole pie, there'd be like 8 million. Now, we're not really talking about a pie, but, you know, if we were, that's the kind of a shape that we're talking about. And since we're talking about large numbers, I used millions, but a lot of times you'll see a pie graph that's not even large numbers, that's maybe even smaller numbers, okay? Especially that you've worked with so far. You might have, oh, I don't know, $8. This friend has $8. This friend has $4. And maybe there's 2 friends that have $1 each, okay, and 1 friend has $2. Alright, so you see how it's all going to kind of come together, and it's all going to be based, like you wouldn't see the $1 in this piece, and then the $8 in the smaller piece. Okay, so a pie graph depends on how big the pieces are. And so for this unit, for this lesson, we want kids to be able to read and write 6 and 7 digit whole numbers. So basically up to the millions place. If I write this number, we want kids to be able to read that. 6,542,923. We want them to be able to compare and order whole numbers, so to be able to put a group of numbers in order and say which is bigger, which is smaller. And also minute, hour, days, and years, how much of each number goes in there. So for example, 1 year, we want them to know equals 365 days. Okay, 1 day. Alright, 1 year, 1 day equals 24 hours. 1 hour equals 60 minutes. Okay, and 1 minute equals 60 seconds. Alright, so we want kids to be able to sort of start to get a concept, at least, of how much time different things equal. Alright, so we know 1 year equals 365 days. Question might be, how many hours does that equal? So we'd have to multiply 365 because 1 day is 24 hours times 24 to get answers like that. And we want kids to start thinking like that. As far as how you can help with this at home, just write down a number with 6 or 7 digits in it. Have kids read it to you. Also, ask them, you know, these questions. How many days are in a year? How many hours are in a day? How many minutes are in an hour? How many seconds are in a minute? If your kid starts to get those, then start to ask them questions like, well, okay, how many hours are in a year? Or how many minutes are in a year? Alright, but start with the basic stuff first. Do they know these pieces first? And have them put numbers in order. You know, write down 3 or 4 numbers and see if they can get them into the right order. So that's kind of what you want to work on for this. And that's how you can help at home. This is lesson 5.5, very large numbers, the parent help video for grade 3 everyday math. Alright.